Coming up on 6:39, more education news this morning. Families approved for Alabama's new Choose Act can now start putting that money to use to pay for things like private school tuition, tutoring, or other qualified educational expenses.
WSFA 12 News reporter Bethany Davis is live in our studio this morning. Bethany, what is the Choose Act? And then how do families qualify and apply?
Yeah, so the Choose Act is Alabama's newest school choice option. So now more than 23,000 students across the state have access to Alabama's new education savings program. This is the Department Secretary Carmen Clark for the Alabama Department of Revenue, which administers the program. It's too late to get in on the Choose Act for this upcoming school year, but probably not too early to start thinking about applying for the next school year. What do we need to know? What do we need to get together as we start to look towards that?
Sure, and yes, we have not quite set the date for when we'll open those applications, but we do anticipate that it will be early January of 2026. Parents will need three main qualifying documents: a proof of residency, which can be, for example, your state-issued ID or a utility bill. You'll need your student's birth certificate, and then proof of income, which can be your preceding year tax return, either federal or income.
Well, I know about 36,000 students applied this year. 23,000 of them were approved. Who's eligible, and what's the process for approving students for this program?
Sure. So for the first 2 academic years of the program, there are 3 main qualifiers for a family or for their student. Number 1, Alabama resident. Number 2, the student is in grades kindergarten through 12th grade. And number 3, the income level of the family cannot exceed 300% of the federal poverty level. Now, a lot of people hear federal poverty level and get discouraged, but honestly, more than 75% of Alabama families from our records would otherwise qualify. So we encourage families to check out chooseact.alabama.gov to see if they do indeed qualify.
Yeah, interesting. I know the first year of anything, or the first time we do anything new, always brings some new challenges, some new lessons. I wonder what's the biggest takeaway you've learned as we've gone through this application process in the first year you want parents to know as we head into the second year?
Sure. So while Choose Act Alabama program is not a first come, first served basis, we do encourage everybody to go ahead and apply as soon as the portal opens and have those documents ready to upload by the deadlines. And that's critical. In order for us to determine eligibility, we need those 3 qualifying documents. If you can upload those in early January, check that off your list and be prepared. We also encourage everybody to check out chooseact.alabama.gov to look at all of those resources like recorded webinars, parent guide, and program FAQs. Because again, Choose Act Alabama is there for your students' individual educational needs.
We should mention CHOOSE is an acronym. That's why we chose to call it the CHOOSE Act. It stands for Creating Hope and Opportunity for Our Students' Education. And the Act provides state funds through education savings accounts for eligible families to use for things like private school tuition, tutoring, homeschooling, therapies, or transfer fees to move to another public school. That's just to name a few of the options you have to use those monies.
Right, Bethany, she mentioned that website with more information. We'll get a link to that website on our website, WSFA.com, that will include deadlines and more information for parents.